Hello, Fixfire Security Show, Thursday, February the 19th. We have our news of the day is the latest news this week. It's been, the whole internet is on fire with this stuff. It's basically the Equation Group Kaspersky Lab report, which says that it can infect any of your hard drives. And with that, be able to you cannot remove it, in other words, because it's in your firmware. So it's a persistent infection is what they call it. I want to focus on number 14 of the Kaspersky Lab report, which I will have on the link of this video. What CNC infrastructure do the Equation Group implants use? The Equation Group uses a vast CNC command and control infrastructure that includes more than 300 domains, more than 100 servers, and they're located all across the country, the world, all the multiple countries. All CNC domains appear to have been registered through the same two major registrars, using domains by proxy to mask the registrant's information. Kaspersky Lab is currently sinkholing a couple dozen of the 300 command and control servers. So, what they're saying is they're denying the capability of this malware to connect to about a couple dozen of the 300 command and control servers. So remember, no matter what malware gets installed on your computers, it wants to phone home, command and control. They want to be able to control their infection. Otherwise, it doesn't do any good for them. So what I recommend is that you, in my tip of the day, that was the news of the day, and in my tip of the day, I have a recommendation. So in my tip of the day, I recommend that you run a next generation firewall, which can throttle and look at any attack that is coming from inside your network. So inside the network, one of your hard drives might be infected, for example, with all types of malware. Your next generation firewall will be able to detect that, and then you can go and remove the detection, or at least now you know what's going on, and then delete that capability, that command and control trying to call out. Even if you can't fix it, you'll be able to stop the transmission. That's the key. So you need a new firewall to be able to do intrusion prevention system type stuff. So you got to be able to shut down the different systems in your network that are infected. So if a system is infected, then you need to be able to shut it down. So like if this one is infected, for example, then you have to be able to quarantine it. And since antivirus is useless for that, you need to have a new next generation firewall to be able to quarantine this system. So, they say that antivirus is 50% effective. Well, and let's give the next generation firewall 50% effectiveness. That's just for it to be simple. So if you have two of them that are 50% effective, that makes it 50% that the malware will be effective and running around in your network. So every time it goes elsewhere, it's going to be 50% being effective. So 50% times 50% is 25%. So that's the true effectiveness of malware. So your defense will be 75% if you have both of these systems rather than just one. And in fact, that is what PCI compliance recommends. Recommends that you get an intrusion detection system. So a prevention system is just a little bit different, a little bit more advanced, because it will cut it off instead of just detecting. So it's really the next step. If you need any help figuring out how this actually works, I've run intrusion prevention systems for several years now. So give me a call, and I'll be glad to help you. Thank you very much. That is our Fix Virus show. We'll see you next week.